You've been told to save money, to cut back, to stop spending. But what if everything you've learned about building wealth is backwards? Because there's a strange spending habit that on the surface looks like financial suicide. Yet those who use it, they end up wealthier faster and more financially free than those who don't. It's not about budgeting. It's not about investing in the stock market, and it's not about cutting lattes. In fact, this approach requires you to spend, but not recklessly, strategically. Let's break down the spending habit most people ignore, and how it secretly builds long-term wealth behind the scenes. The truth about spending. We've all been taught that spending is bad. That if you want to get rich, you have to stop buying things. But the wealthy? They follow a different rule: spend on assets, not liabilities. Simple words, massive difference. Because the majority of people spend money on things that lose value instantly. Cars, clothes, tech subscriptions, and they wonder why their bank accounts never grow. Meanwhile, the wealthy use a strange but brilliant habit. They spend money on assets that increase their income, reduce their taxes, or multiply their time. And the best part? You don't need to be rich to start doing it. Examples of strategic spending. Let's talk about what this actually looks like in real-life spending on skills. A $200 course on digital marketing or AI automation can lead to a $2,000 per month side hustle. That's a 10x return spending on systems. Hiring a $100 virtual assistant might free up hours of your time. Time you can use to launch a product, start a channel, or scale your brand. Spending on software. That $29 per month tool that automates your outreach or tracks your finances. It's not a cost, it's an investment in clarity and efficiency. Spending on tax reduction. Hiring a tax strategist or setting up an LLC can unlock deductions you didn't even know existed. You'll save more than you spend year after year. In each case, you're not losing money. You're planting it like a seed that grows with time. The strange habit that changes everything. Here's the actual habit. Every time you're about to make a purchase, ask one question. Will this cost me, or will this grow me? If it's a liability, delay it, rethink it. If it's an asset, lean in, because here's the truth. The person who spends $1,000 on a weekend trip and earns nothing from it is not in the same financial position as someone who spends $1,000 on a tool that brings in $200 per month for life. One fades, the other multiplies. The secret of compounded value. When you spend this way consistently, something strange happens. Your money starts creating more money. Your time becomes more valuable. Your stress around finances drops. Because you're no longer relying on discipline or sacrifice. You're letting smart spending do the heavy lifting. Over months and years, this creates compounded returns, not just in your bank account, but in your skills, your freedom, and your opportunities. The wealthy understand this early. Want to know how you can spot someone on their way to long-term wealth? They don't brag about what they don't spend. They brag about the things they spent on that gave them a return. They spent on mentors, on education. They no longer trade time for money, they make money while living their life. The shift you can make today. Try this for the next 30 days. Track every dollar you spend. Label it as a liability or an asset. And challenge yourself to increase the ratio of asset-based spending. It won't feel natural at first, because we've been conditioned to believe that all spending is bad. But once you flip the switch, you'll never look at money the same way again. You'll see it as a tool, a lever, a silent builder of wealth. Outro. So the next time someone tells you to stop spending, don't listen blindly. Ask better questions, spend with purpose. And watch what happens when your money starts working for you. If this gave you a new way to think about wealth, drop a like to let the algorithm know. And subscribe.